Okay, what is up, everybody? This is Awesome Cake, coming to you with a VOD review. Bottom line is there needs to be more Peach players out there, and I wanted to do my part into showing them how to play neutral. These days, everyone feels like they need to learn their B floats and their uh, like Z catches and newfangled tech. But here we're gonna look at some fundies because Ake is absolutely popping off. If you don't know, you're going to because he is a top peach in Japan and he is so good at fundies, by which I mean back air. Literally plays the game for you, and I think it's actually like no joke. This is like it's how Peach should be played, and you're gonna see why. Literally plays neutral for you. So here we have Ake versus Takara. Takara being like, yeah, the best Ken in Japan. Um, and already we're seeing some fundies out of Ake here with this back air. See how he starts off, plucks a turnip, and he's really good at making these safe pokes. And here, when Ken throws a fireball, he's already got his back turned, ready to back air. What's good about Ake is he's not just spamming the back air, he's waiting, he's aiming, and he's really looking for these opportunities, and it does so much for him. So here he's ready with the back air. He backs up into him in case Takara just sort of stays there, would have been safe on shield. Um, but safe anyway, so he's just sort of like feeling him out, going for these safe pokes. There it crossed up, so he's able to just take stage. And here, see that little stutter movement right there? So good. So basically, he's setting up this situation where if when he runs away and Takara chases after him, this is the bait and punish that Peach is so well known for, um, he can just back air in his face. So if Takara wants to come in and hit Peach, he has to really commit and overshoot because Peach can just back away. Problem is, if he overshoots, then you can stuff him over here during the startup of the run, so which is why he's placing these back airs like this. So he's just ready for back airing. Doing safe pokes there. Runs off the platform, does go for a forward air, thinks he can catch him. Let's see if I can get the frame. Yeah, so he goes to the platform, thinks like this is going to hit, but nope. Dash back air into a full combo, okay? Could have probably got a little bit more, but what I like about Ake is that he does not overextend. This is the difference between him and someone, say, Mute Ace, and of course Umeki. Umeki's like, really get in there, get your damage, and combo really hard. Mute Ace kind of like really hard reads you and just is really good. Once he downloads you, it looks impossible to play against. But Ake is the fundies Peach. Okay, once he gets his combo, he just resets to neutral, takes stage control, and just slowly wears down at Takara. So there, bad turnip pull, but that can be used to set up a bait later. At least he like just gets side bead. Not really it's hard for Ken to really combo Peach out of that. You can, but not with that Tatsu. And here he's just sort of backing off, finding his back air spacing. But if you notice, he's still set up with his back air. So here, he's set up with his back facing Takara so that all of this space is covered with back air. Forward air doesn't get that same respect because it has a slower startup and more ending lag. So you really have to be accurate with your forward airs. Back air, not only is it easier to be accurate with, you can't just stuff it out with any random aerial. And also, likewise, it can be safe on shield, and you can space it. So here, he's just really cutting off of this space, ready to punish. Knows that he can't get a clean once it goes for a grab, but just messed up on the platform a little bit, so he was too slow, but still safe, is able to back off. So that's all like really just Peach's grounded movement. But here we see that he's sort of in the corner, and what he does, instead of fighting his way out, because here Takara's waiting over here because if he chases him into the corner, then Ake is just going to run away. So he really wants to corner him here. So rather than fight his way out or charge out, he just sort of chills out because he knows that back air can cover all of this space. So see, if he just fast falls, he can drift in and do like really committal back air, or he can just like place a back air and then drift out to make it safer. So here he just sort of waits because he knows that Takera's not going to come in, so he just chills out, waits for his opportunity. Here again, he lands because he doesn't have a clean read on this situation. But he took the bait in, and because Takera followed him into the corner, he is able to eventually find this back air. So he's not just spamming, he's really looking for his opportunities, and he can afford to do that because it's such a safe move that he can just poke with. Nair gets the down air, follows him off stage, really good read with the Bob-omb. Ake actually does get really lucky in this set also. But see there, the back air was safe on shield. What's really important, especially if you're a young Peach main, you can't just be spamming these back airs. See, he lands the back air, but he's actually drifting slightly away from Ken. So he ends up a little bit further away. So you can't just go for something right out of shield. So it creates this little mix-up situation. At that time, he ends up rolling out, but, you know, just gets a nice little back air combo starter again after it. So that's after a whiffed grab. But it's a great combo starting move, especially at 0, and it's just super safe. That time, again, if this was a forward air, if his front was turned, then you don't get the sort of same respect because you can just forward air out of that situation. The back air, however, forces him in shield. It's a lot easier to get that tomahawk. Okay, little unsafe jab on shield because he missed the DI off of the down throw. But he's a whole stock up right now against Takera, again, is the best Ken in Japan. Oh, and let's break down this situation. So, again, we're looking at this spacing where he's floating and standing over here. If Takera chases after him, then he unloads a back air closer in this Pokeball space. So, and then if he jumps out, then he can just anti-air from below, or he can dash away in back air. There's a lot that comes into this spacing over here. Again, not just spamming, he's playing outside of his range. I don't know why he rolled in there, but... and he's mixing up his options. Like, back air is the safe poke that you can sort of, like, always dip into, especially in a matchup like this. But again, he's not just spamming it. And there again, you saw the drift out after the back air to turn it into that pressure. And again, 2 stocks up now. Nice, safe, easy play. A little too far away for the back air combo, but he can kind of fish for these situations now because he's like so far ahead. Little unsafe forward air there. Takera's being like a lot more aggressive with his spacing now. Before he was just sort of like struggling, like, when do I find my way in? Where do I find my way in? But now he's like, okay, I need to figure something out. So he's dashing in, really going for these tilts, force that unsafe forward air. Again, not a back air, punish for the forward air. So he's getting up in Ake's grill a little bit to try and figure out something else before this game too, because he is getting bodied right now. Okay, back here to get him off stage. He's not going for any like crazy reads on this ledge pressure. He's just sort of keeping him in the corner, which is like just the standard safe Fundies Peach play. Yeah, has him off stage. Again, nothing crazy. He's just sort of trying to keep stage control. Gets another Bob-omb. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then... see, just back airs him. He's not, like, chasing for this kill. He's just doing these safe pokes in neutral. Again, we can take a look at this aerial spacing. So you can does a good job of like mixing in how he's going to back air. So again, the dash out, it can bait Takera into just dashing in. When he sees that he doesn't, he sort of dashes back and goes for his own back air. Brings the fight to him and then goes up, you know, just spacing to cover off as much of this Pokeball as he can of the center stage. Okay, and then Takara overextends and then gets hit. So I'm just going to do these first two games because it is going to be a lot more of the same, but especially this first interaction, I really wanted to break down because it's so good. So he's here, just like safe pokes, cross up on shield, and then he goes in for this forward air, but, you know, Takara, he's playing it safe. He doesn't want to overextend quite yet, but Ake has just landed with a forward air. He has a little bit of landing lag. Takara can't get a clean punish, but he knows that Ake is going to dash away. So here he's like, okay, I'm going to do my aggressive option. That was what was working at the end of game 1. But we're going to see the spacing where Peach can really, her threat range is not only in front, but all the space around her because she can really just place aerials wherever she wants. So here he dashes away and then drifts in after this back air. Takara thought that he's going to dash away all the way into the corner, so he started off this Tatsu, and then he got snuffed on the way in with his back air. That's like textbook bait and punish movement. And then turns it into a nice 50% combo. Doesn't get the up air afterwards, but again, he just backs off, is safe. He, like, you know, looks for the text chase, but doesn't, like, overly commit to where he's going to get punished. And then again, dashes out, dashes in, dashes out, and then that time catches the end of this Tatsu. It's kind of like the Peach game plan to just take up all of this space and be able to put a quick back air wherever you want it. And it's good. This is a great matchup to kind of study because it's kind of like the standard Peach game plan. You don't have like a sword to space around, and he's not particularly fast as Ken, so you can really abuse abuse the booty. It's really good. See here, he's just sort of like spacing around him. He's not overcommitting to these combos, and he's not getting hit by any of these up tilts. See, like Nair safe on shield, and then caught the grab afterwards with a forward air. Again, just with safe pokes. So all of these moves safe, he's not overextending, and then he gets his hits where he can get them. Spacing around, good movement. Again, not overcommitting. Finds he gets some pressure off of the shield. And see, look, he has his back turned like this whole sequence. Yeah, so after this forward air, see, look, his back air is like ready. If he was spaced a little bit further in, he could punish that outright, but instead he just goes around to take space. Back air's a shield, it's safe, he can just nair afterwards. And now, like, yeah, Takara's way behind. He, like... And just to top it off, he gets a Mr. Saturn afterwards. So down throw, and like Mr. Saturn is a death sentence. Like, it's safe on shield, and with a character like Ken that gets so much of like outer shield game, it's a death sentence. So yeah, and then see, like, nothing fancy off of the ledge. He just waited, saw what Takara was gonna do. I was like, okay, he's letting me roll in, so I roll in. And, like, because Takara is so behind, he's forced to just sort of chase. And see, look, dashes in, sees that Takara's coming in, goes for this back air. If he gets hit, great. If not, it's safe on shield. So then, and he's really proactive about not getting hit in the corner. It's one thing with this kind of play style to just sort of, like, to just run away and then you sort of get caught. But he's, like, being proactive about, like, crossing up, so he doesn't get caught. See, like, you come up here to sort of drift in. He sees that with the spacing, he can't get around, so he just spaces the fair to be safe. But he goes up and around when Takara chases and is able to just safely poke a back air. Takara takes space, and then they sort of take turns sort of leapfrogging over each other. And then another ball bomb. Ake actually does get so lucky, but it's like this is the whole game plan for Peach. You you take up space, you dash away and hit them for with a back air when they dash in, or you hit them on startup with your RAR back airs, and mix in with your aerial spacings to get those whiff punishes and hitting up on startup. And you just don't get locked in the corner. See there? So Takara is trying to catch him in the corner. Yeah. Okay. Okay, no, I didn't go. I didn't go back far enough. Ah, okay. Back here. Okay. Has him off stage, but yeah, Takara is desperately trying to catch him in the corner, but Ake is just too slippery. So here, has this spacing down. So he's staying over here because I'm not gonna let this guy run away. But because he has to respect these Peach aerials, he can't just dash in. We saw that on the PS2 game. So then Ake can just sort of place aerials wherever he wants. Really, and because all of these moves that Ake is doing are just safe on shield. Fake kill screen, parry for good measure. Again, whiff punish back air. Ake is just so clean. Okay, off stage, and Fair is going to do it. All right. And that is Ake. He is so, so, so good. Again, I find that Umeki is that aggressive, get in and get your damage type of Peach. And Mute Ace is really trying to read you all the time. And usually he does successfully download his opponents, but if he doesn't, then, there can be some bad reads in there. Ake, however, he's always playing clean. And, there are some matches where, if you are forced to overextend, but in general, Ake, he just has this really solid game plan, which I think is a really good thing for Peaches to learn from. And you're going to see this guy popping off in brackets. Mark my words. So there's this Ake VOD list. I hope this playlist gets added, because if you think that this is just against Ken, he's a slow character, whatever, no way he can do this to Sonic, but he absolutely can. There's some great matchups with that really just show how this sort of game plan works, and maybe you can implement it into your own play. So yeah, he's a little bit more flow charty, but he doesn't make reads if he doesn't have to. That's what I'll say. So hopefully you like this kind of content. Let me know if you do like it, then I'll do a couple more of these. I'm planning to do some VOD reviews of Mute Ace's stuff, because he has been getting so many top 8s. So yeah, let me know if you like this kind of content, and peace out, y'all.